Hello, and welcome to the Spring 2016 quarterly update video for Breaking Boundaries Collective Experiences. Our team had a great quarter. We made a lot of improvements to our app, we got it into more testers' hands, and we ran a lot of experiences and got a lot of interesting results. I'm going to walk you through the steps that we took this quarter, the major milestones that we accomplished, and show you the results of some of our testing as well as the current state of the app. I've already gone over the introduction to the project and related work in previous quarterly update videos, so you can look back to previous quarters to see those. We started off the quarter trying to identify users and use cases to inform our app design. We identified 5 major categories of users. Waiting roomers were people who open the app when they are bored, when they have nothing else to do, and they're looking for something that they can do right away. Trendies were people who were interested in joining experiences that were popular right now, experiences that the crowd has sort of identified as fun or interesting or enjoyable. Global voyeurs want to see how people from around the world participate. They're interested in seeing new perspectives or different types of results. Lurkers want to see experience results without contributing. They're just interested in the submissions from the community. And I'll go if you goes were people who only open the app to participate when they know that their friends are involved, or they know that people that they know or are friends with in real life are involved with the app. From this, we created storyboards to help understand the use cases that our app would have and how different people would use it. At the end of last quarter, we collected feedback from testers, and as a result, one of the first things we did at the beginning of this quarter was implement some features that users asked for to improve their experience. Because that we're interested in the rates of participation in experiences, we need there to be as few user interface barriers as possible, and we need people to have a good experience with the app. So some features that people wanted were more information about submissions, photo and text submissions. So we added a feature that identified the general location of submissions, whether they were coming from, on campus at Northwestern, off campus. We had testers in the New York area, so the photo submissions would be tagged with the general location where they came from. We also added a map feature. We tested some experiences last quarter where there was no concrete submission. Some of the flashlight experiences were examples of this. And one of the criticisms people had of those experiences is that it was, frustrating not to be able to have any evidence of the experience or knowledge that other people were participating. So for experiences that don't require a photo or text submission, we added a map that shows other users' locations who are participating, so people know that they're not the only one out there doing this. We also added some support to the system for multiple experiences running at once, which allowed us obviously to test more experiences in parallel, and the ability for an experience creator to run the same experience multiple times, and also to schedule how long the experience would run for so that the system would automatically end it. Another key development step this quarter was the creation of an architecture diagram. Previously, our code organization had been less than stellar. There were sections of the server code that were disorganized, or it was unclear from reading the code what different sections were supposed to do or how they were supposed to relate to the operation of experiences. So we developed an architecture diagram that segments the server code into separate modules that control very distinct features. In the future, we hope that this will guide development on the platform and ease development as new code can be added to the modules most relevant to its functionality. The basic components of the server code are the activator. The idea is that the activator is solely responsible for launching experiences with knowledge of the world conditions. We have a world query engine, which is essentially an API that provides information about the state of the world, the state of experiences, and the state of users, their locations, things about their profile, etc. So the activator can query, knowing the qualifications for an experience to be launched, can basically ask the world query engine, is the world in this state? And the world query engine replies yes or no, and the activator then knows whether to launch an experience or not launch an experience. Once an experience has been launched, it's handed over to the monitor. This is code that understands the experience content and basically ensures that the experience runs to completion. It knows the conditions under which the experience needs to end, or the conditions under when it should end. It can also communicate with the world query engine to decide, are we in a state where this experience should end? and it can notify users via the notification engine, which is just a separate module solely responsible for sending the iOS push notifications and calling the package in Meteor that manages that. In the future, we'd also like the results from an experience, the submissions, to be funneled back into the monitor in real time. So the experiences may adapt over time as submissions come in, either pulling new users to participate or modifying the experience to gear it towards success. The rest of the diagram over here is mainly just the experience pool and the subscription system. The experience pool is just a Mongo collection that holds the experiences. Has information about each experience, their name, the description, as well as the conditions under which it's launched or ended, and the prerequisites for users to participate. Users' profile information is used to determine which experiences they're going to be showed. So, for example, if you're required to have a dog for a certain experience and you've indicated that you don't have a dog, you're not going to be prompted to subscribe to that experience because you wouldn't be able to participate. One of the most visible improvements we made to the app this quarter was the UI redesign. We went through a complete UI redesign process. We started by creating paper prototypes like these and did paper prototype testing with users to see how they worked with the app, what interactions they expected, what was surprising to them, and adapted our design to be more intuitive and easier to use. At the beginning of the quarter, this is what our app looked like. It was bland and boring. There was this upper Bootstrap mobile navigation tab that you had to browse to create an experience or browse your experiences. And now the app looks a lot better. This is what you see when you open our app today. We've replaced the font, the background colors, and the whole layout to make it easier to use and overall a more pleasant experience. Some of the big improvements, we moved the nav down into the footer. There are these 4 main sections. This is the screen you see when you open the app, the participate section. So if there's an experience running right now, all you have to do is click this button to go participate. In this case, it's take a picture of Stella. So if you were on your phone, you just tap this big photo button, take a picture, and upload it. If you go to the Browse tab, you can browse all experiences. We have a subscribe functionality, so if you want to subscribe or unsubscribe to experiences, you can do that and you'll be notified or not notified depending on your subscription preferences. If you want to create an experience, there's a form here where you can put in the name, the description, the text that people see in the notification, decide what sort of contributions you want people to make, and then what location targeting you want to do. That's optional. That's the live querying. And then finally, on the About Me page, you can answer profile information about yourself and also see results from past experiences. So if you go in here, you can browse, you can sort by location, and you can also zoom in and see larger photos. The UI redesign was a big push for us to make the app more enjoyable to use and to improve users' experiences with it. It's really important for us that users enjoy using our app and want to use our app because we want it to be self-perpetuating. We want people to want to be involved in the community that's being created here and to have a good time doing it. For our testing this quarter, we were looking to gather information about what makes people want to participate in collective experiences. We ran a series of experiences that involved different types of submissions. We ran them at different times of day, and afterward we surveyed users about their experience and what experiences they liked and what didn't they like. Participation varied across experiences, but by far the most popular experiences were ones that involved posting a photo and also allowed the user to participate in any context. Users really preferred photo-based experiences and experiences that made them not have to go out of their way to participate, and that resulted in the largest participation in experiences across the board. Users also found that text-based experiences weren't as exciting. There's not as much information conveyed there, and so in the future we'll have to work to make those experiences more interesting and motivate people to participate. Other reasons that users didn't participate was that they weren't in the context that the experience was asking them to be in to participate, or they didn't want to go out of their way to make a submission just for the experience. Users tended to participate immediately after receiving the notification or not at all. Sometimes users reported that they would see the notification but be unable to participate due to their current situation and would later forget and only remember when they received a notification that the experience had ended. Finally, we built a couple of features this quarter with an eye toward future testing. The two main ones are the subscription opt-in system and the profile questionnaire. The idea behind the profile questionnaire is that we can poll users with simple yes or no questions to gather information about them. So things like, do they live on campus or off campus? What sort of experiences they like to participate in, or other demographic information about them. And then we can run experiences that filter over those user profile facts. To essentially target users that have either preferences for a certain type of experience or users that we know are in a certain demographic. The subscription and opt-in system allows users to express their interest in a particular experience by subscribing to it or unsubscribing from it. And this basically allows for users to self-select themselves into or out of experiences, and improves users' experience with the application by not forcing them to be notified for an experience that they know they don't want to participate in, but also allows us to create experiences that are opt-in rather than opt-out. Currently, when experiences are created, all users are automatically subscribed and notified the first time it's run. With the opt-in capability, we can create experiences that will only be run over people who have self-selected, who have clicked the subscribe button and decided that they want to be involved with this. And we can test much more specific experiences, perhaps involving personal goals or habit forming, using groups of users that have shown the indication that they want to be involved with that.